What's up? What's up, yo? This is Views Podcast. Welcome to, should I say, the most anticipated. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the show. It's been a while. We've been missing in action, like Chuck Norris, but we back. Have you watched Chuck Norris?
I watch Chuck Norris, yes.
Anyways, my name is Derek.
My name is Jay.
Charlie, welcome to another exciting episode, man. Should we call this exciting? I mean, it is exciting, but
for the fact that we are back, yes.
It's exciting.
Yes.
It's been a while since you heard some voices like this. I'm saying,
Exactly. Sexy
God damn it.
voices.
You know what I'm saying?
For one side, not the other side, but then
Every side, man.
every side. Don't worry.
Yeah, man.
All right, welcome back, guys.
Yeah. It is exciting to be back, but it's rather unfortunate. You know, we've been trying to make this podcast like lively and talk about some nice stuff, and exciting stuff. That's why we've been bringing all these entrepreneurs talking about their stories and stuff like that. But for this one, dear,
You know, 2020 honestly is like a default. It's an error year. So
yeah, man.
you can't blame us. You can't blame us. I mean, this is what we are facing right now.
2020 is one of a kind.
Interesting year.
Yeah, I mean,
it hasn't ended, but it's still interesting.
and from the look of things, it will be interesting. Yeah,
Because we got what, 6 more months to go.
plenty.
Half the year.
They tell you, but
First half wasn't good, but let's see
yeah,
if,
and that
let's see if
we
Barca can turn the tables around.
I mean, right now they say tables don't turn. You have to move your seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard that somewhere. But I mean, we were thinking we were gonna give you something nice, something exciting, something to laugh about, smile about. But it's rather unfortunate. We have to, since it's been a while, come to you on this sad note, and we have to talk about George Floyd, bro.
Yeah.
You have to talk about George Floyd. And before any of you guys start getting ideas about you haven't talked about tribalism, but you're going to talk about racism in somebody else's country. I mean, yeah, you may have a point, but
this affects everyone.
it does. And in the wise words of Dr. Martin Luther King, he says, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. In Ghana, we may say that as so who say wadamfo and as when about your share no so what's in Swiss with you.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You don't just say or laugh at the guy. It's something you need to take serious and start taking precautions because anything can happen. And it's rather unfortunate, that somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's son, going through what he went through. And we all saw it on tape.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart, even though I don't even have one.
Now we know.
I mean, and it saddens me. And so please don't talk about the fact that we have tribalism here and people are dying here. We're not talking about it and stuff like that. You see, don't choose when somebody is trying to highlight his problem. To like that's the exact moment you want to always talk.
Yeah.
Also talk about your problem. You had all the chance to talk about it, but you decided to shut up only for somebody to raise his, and it's like you're knocking the person's hustle.
Yeah.
You feel me?
People
So I mean, as for that one there, Charlie, people,
Sure.
yo,
But I think
yo, we don't do adverts.
we not do adverts. Okay, all right.
Man. Shall we get rusty? We getting rusty.
Let's pay some bills.
We got to pay some bills or
let's
some
do
church
that.
announcements. So, in case you're wondering, this podcast is brought to you by the Praetorium, the perfect place or the perfect venue for your perfect occasion. You see, we're getting rusty, but we're getting there. But you see, COVID is a bitch. But
Facts.
I mean, we're bouncing back, and the Praetorium is coming out with exciting packages. Now, Praetorium is not going to put their packages out there, but we understand these are hard times, extraordinary times, and for all you couples out there trying to let your dream wedding come through, We are there to support you, and we're going to do something great for you. These are extraordinary times, and Praetorium is ready to do extraordinary things to help make your dream wedding come true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Praetorium, call them on 0244-926622, and they will hook you up. 0244-926622. Call them. The Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion.
Why you not asking me Praetorium? What did they do?
Charlie, the Praetorium, what did they do?
Everything, Charlie.
I did tell you, Charlie.
What they can get with facilities? What kind of things should we look for or look forward to if you're booking the Praetorium?
I mean, the whole team be say, if you don't know what Praetorium is, you chair, you know, you be a kick.
You be living on a rock.
You know what I'm saying? That's where everybody, they have all their parties, their weddings, their
outdoors.
Jeffrey's outdoor. It actually came to pass though.
Yo. Low-key. Moving on.
Yeah. It came to pass. Jeffrey has a baby now.
Well, technically it's not mine, but yeah.
Yeah, Jeffrey is a nephew. That's what I'm saying.
It's our baby.
Yeah. And so, if you're looking for a venue to have an occasion, an event, weddings, parties, town hall meetings, that's the place to be. You call them on 0244-926622. Excellent parking, backup genset,
PA systems,
air conditions,
security,
PA system, security. You know, everything you need to make your event a success. They got it. Call them.
Yeah, we also have MatCon, which is a first speed dating event in GH. I think I can actually hit my chest and say that's the first speed dating event in
Hell
GH.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So MatCon, obviously, yes, looking back, we've been under lockdown. People have been on their phones the whole time.
Yeah.
Virtual meetings.
Yeah.
Which really is not what we are seriously built for. So MatCon gives you the opportunity to meet someone new in a new setting, new environment, and talk to the person face to face.
Hell yeah.
Shun that LOL. Laugh in my face.
There you go.
So that's what we have. So MatCon, sign up on our website, which is coming up very soon, which is matchconvention.com. Go there, you find us. Book an event. Trusted AI systems will also give you a good recommendation as to who you want to meet and who you have to meet at the right time.
There you go.
So MatCon, laugh, drink, switch.
And be rest assured, MatCon is going to take all, protocols into consideration in terms of these COVID times. You're going to be safe and have, a nice conversation or meet somebody nice and all of the above, they do it.
We do all, man.
They do it.
Just reach out to MatCon, matchconvention.com, and yeah, we'll be there.
And in the wise words of 50 Cent and Justin Timberlake, hey, yo, I'm tired of technology. Get out and be someone, man. Get out and be someone and stop these technology stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's here to stay. Yo, live life.
These are wise words, dear.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Charlie, let's get back on point.
Yeah.
George Floyd.
I think before we start talking about George Floyd, I think we need to talk about the times that we are in, that we find ourselves, and from there, you'll be able to understand why George Floyd is a big name in this first half year that we found ourselves.
Yeah. You see, seriously, when it comes to this matter, I don't really know where to start from. This year has been hectic. Everything is off key. Nothing works as it should, with regards to what we're used to. But man's life must still go on.
Yeah. And
it's rather unfortunate that, ironically, lives are ending. And, we're talking to our guy, Ben.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about the fact that this particular year, a lot of people have died, in quotes, in the realm of like racism or something of that sort. They've killed about 5 people. You remember the dude who was just jogging in a white neighborhood and was gunned down by civilians because they
Yeah.
thought he was a robber.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that was there, and then some other ones, but this was very glaring, like in the face of everybody, and he kneel on the man's.
This we didn't. There was no weapon involved.
No provocation, basically, and
It's really sad to watch. It's hard to watch, actually.
it's difficult to even talk about.
Exactly.
It's difficult to talk about, and I mean we are on social media and we see everything that is going on with the outrage and Blackout Tuesdays and all the protests. This is not the U.S. we are used to. U.S. is nice and and Hollywood and white people.
Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, we've seen these things one too many times.
Yeah.
The killings, this brutal force. We've seen it. But the thing is, why is this one catching our attention? Why is this one making waves? Why is this one changing the whole world?
Yeah, like Ben said, you see, I think it had been building.
Yeah.
All those people who died, and this and the way it happened made them, like go crazy, so to speak. I don't know, because the guy was unarmed. You arrested the guy. The guy was already in cuffs.
Yeah.
Whatever happened, you put him in a car, and then he came out again, and he started kneeling. 3 people kneeling on one person.
Guy,
like, how dangerous do you have to be to have 3 people kneeling on you, bruh?
Even to the point of killing you. How can
Exactly.
someone just put a knee on you and with the intention of killing you? Because with your knee, you know how far you're going. Have you fallen on your knee before?
Yeah, I mean, it's painful.
You feel the thing is, you feel everything. You feel all the pain.
Yeah, and that's like your whole weight,
Exactly.
on the person's neck.
Someone's neck, which is very fragile.
And
They don't hang anyone by their hand or by their leg.
yeah,
They hang you by your neck. That shows how fragile the place is.
exactly.
And someone has his knee on your head,
And
persistently pushing, knowing that something is going to crack or break.
And the fact that a guy was so casual about it, had his hand in
He
his
pocket
pocket.
serve.
It was just chilling.
Guy pocket.
Big guy. That's. I think that is what got a lot of people upset.
Yeah.
And outraged, because you can't have somebody. And I heard this on a YouTube post or something. You can't have somebody cry calling for his mother, even though she's dead.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
word.
what somebody. So if the person is lying, I'm lying.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
Wow.
And Charlie, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. And the point about this podcast is not actually to talk about the death. It's everything surrounding it, and this goes a long way to show a light on what black people. And I won't take this from black Americans or African Americans.
Yeah.
What African Americans have been trying to say for a very long time about systemic racism and how people see them as criminals, as dangerous, and people see their skin color to be weapon, to be a weapon.
And this is regardless of the status they reach in life. I mean,
Exactly.
if you are not a celebrity who's known everywhere on social media, you're just another black guy.
Exactly.
Whether you're wealthy or you're poor, your color determines the level of treatment you're going to get from the place.
Exactly. And I'm a big fan of The Breakfast Club, and even a much bigger fan of Charlemagne. And he was saying that when he's getting on an elevator and there's a white woman involved, like it's him and a white woman, just the two of them, he won't enter the elevator.
Why?
Obviously,
anything can happen.
Anything can happen, and they'll blame the black guy for it.
Her words will be stronger than his.
Exactly. And even if he has to, he will go out of his way to let the white woman feel comfortable before he gets on the elevator.
Wow.
I mean, and that guy is accomplished.
Yeah.
You get me? Like
he's known. He's known across
exactly,
all
and
the
he has to do that on daily. And that's crazy for being a human being. You wake up, you go out in the world just trying to live life, and you always have to go out of your way to explain or try to demonstrate to people you are not a criminal.
This is even Charlemagne is a father, right? If I can.
Yeah, of three girls.
Charlemagne has a father. I mean, he is a father, right? Imagine Charlemagne watching his son or his daughter, because right now it cuts across. We don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Imagine watching him allow his kids to go out, on a night out.
Yeah.
How do you think he's going to feel, even as a father, looking at his daughters or his son go out there, knowing that what happened to him could also happen to them?
Exactly.
And how would they handle it?
And that is why, you see, when you have a baby or when you have a kid and the kid is growing, there's a point where you have to talk, about sex, and when they're hitting puberty and all that, you talk about all that. But you see, in their world, they don't only talk about like that talk, the sex talk. They also have to talk about the fact that when the police, when the police officer stops you, there are certain things you have to do. Other than that, you're not going to make it home. I mean, why that pressure? Why do you have to bring a child into this world? And how do you even explain to a kid that, look, because of your skin color, you may not make it back home? And other people are just walking around freely, and
And this is probably a kid who is grown around white people, Hispanics. I mean, mention it. He's grown around all of them, but he has to have that talk because his skin color, amongst all his friends, is the most threatening.
Why?
But do you think white people have this conversation with their kids?
No, they don't have to. They own the police, man. They will tell you, F you. I pay for your salary and stuff like that. And then they walk away free.
I think I sent you a video of a woman who was stopped by a police. And the police blatantly just said that, listen, don't be scared. This doesn't happen to white people.
We only kill black people.
We only kill black people.
Yeah, and then they were trying to cover up, saying it was a joke.
This was 5 years ago.
Yeah, and they were saying, oh, it was a joke. That's expensive, motherfucker. Like, who says that?
Basically, what he's trying to say is there is an agenda to hunt down black people. If he can say this 5 years ago and it's still prevalent now, 5 years after, you know that this thing is not. It wasn't an accident.
It's crazy. And between us, we've shared lots of videos about these things. I shared one with you where I think there was this white guy who is, I think, a nationalist, who was talking about their fears about being the new minority.
Oh, okay.
You remember that video?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were shocked. You were shocked. White man would say that. And
the first thing I said to you was, "Is that acting?"
Yes, that's exactly what she said.
Are they acting?
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. But one would argue it's just a view of one person. I mean, there's views podcast anyways. But one would argue that it's just a view of one white man. But the fact that somebody thinks he is superior to you because of his skin color, it's crazy.
And also they say because they own the land,
which they don't anyways. But
they don't.
Yeah, I mean, we know the story.
But low-key, if someone says, okay, black people, go to where you came from. Black people know that they are African Americans. So they'll go back to Africa. If they told those white people to go back to where they came from, where do you think they'll go?
Europe. Europe.
Are they actually from Europe?
Yeah, they are from Europe. Yeah.
But Europe is still not accepting.
Why wouldn't they?
Okay, I don't
They
know.
do each other favors all the time, bro.
Yeah.
They do. You see, the funny thing is,
What I'm trying to say is that land, the United States of America, is not their land.
it's not. Everybody knows that. We know that. We know the story. All that. We know all that.
So they are lost if anyone is.
But it's crazy for people to think that they are superior to other people because of their skin color. You see, this whole race thing, and I'm not going to go the trajectory of saying I don't see color or all lives matter or we should look at the human race and not the white or black race and stuff like that. Look, it is what it is. Some people are black, some people are white, some people are yellow or brown, whatever the colors they want to give them. It is there for a reason. We've given them names because of a reason. That means we see it.
Distinction.
It is there.
Yeah.
So let's not behave as if it doesn't exist. It is there.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that somebody will think because I'm white, I'm superior to a black guy, a brown guy, or something, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense. I don't get it. And I mean, there's history to back all these things. There's history to back. All these things are not just happening because, or out of the blues. It's been happening. There's history, there's slavery, and all those things. And I think some people still haven't moved on. Both white and black.
Yeah.
We haven't moved on.
That's why it's called systemic racism.
Exactly.
Because it's passed on from generation to generation.
Exactly. And that's the point I'm coming to, actually. Because, you see, white police officers continue to do this because they know they will be protected.
Yeah.
Because the system will protect them. If you knew, going about your duties dishonorably will get you arrested, fired, jailed, all of that, you wouldn't do that.
No.
But it's when you know that you will get away with it.
When you know the law is behind you 100%.
You will just do it.
They probably have really top lawyers, like really good lawyers.
You just do it because you know you can get away with it.
Yeah.
That's what you know.
Yeah.
You've been told, or even if you haven't been told, you've seen it.
Do you know what's happening right now? So, yes, the police officer, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Well, the guy who killed him.
Yeah.
The nigga has.
So basically, the police officer who allegedly murdered George Floyd has been charged. So what's happening now is other cases of black people allegedly being murdered or all these things happening, which has happened before.
Yeah.
Those cases are being reopened.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, this is going to be it's going to set a precedent.
It's going to be a domino effect on everything that has happened so far.
Are they going to do that?
Well, some cases are being opened now. So what's going to happen is now America is going to spend the next 6 months on court cases, going back, all the way to Eric Garner, possibly even to Emmett Till. We don't know.
It's crazy. I heard this story. I don't know if it's true, but some dude was jailed because a white woman dreamt that she was being raped.
No. No. Wow.
Yeah, she had a dream she was being raped and pointed at some dude and the dude was in jail. Yeah. You've watched When They See Us.
Yeah.
By Ava DuVernay. You've seen that documentary?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the Central Park 5. That they raped and killed some lady, or they killed a white lady in Central Park, and they were in jail. Okay, not all of them were in jail for a very long time, but one of them was in jail for over 20 years or so. Yeah, only for DNA to show that
it wasn't them.
Yeah, and it took the actual murderer to confess, and even when he confessed, still they didn't want to. It took committed people to push for them to get released.
Wow,
are you getting the point?
Yeah.
And over history, there are so many of these things. So many where people have been to jail, that's a crime committed against white person.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been to jail without basis. Like, no evidence, nothing, because the person is black. The person is in jail.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. There's this other movie, The Hate You Give Us, Thug Life.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. That movie spoke to me, even though, I don't live in the US. Yeah. I've not been to the US, but I could understand the plight of the black man.
Yeah.
When it comes to these issues, like the black man on daily basis, just getting out of his house and being in a car, trying to just live his life.
Mm-hmm.
And chances are you may not get back home. And the fucked up thing is, now, you don't even have to leave your house. They are coming to your house.
They're coming straight to you.
Especially when you live in a nice neighborhood. They come to your house.
Exactly, yeah. I've seen that a couple of times. I've heard and seen it a couple of times.
Yeah, they come to your house and accuse you of robbing your whole fucking house.
Wow.
It's crazy.
I mean, there's a story Dave Chappelle told about that. He said if a burglary happens in his house, he'll probably not call the police.
Yeah.
Because
his house is very nice.
His house is very nice. He lives in a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
Very nice house.
Yeah.
Imagine calling the police and telling that yo, someone came to steal or someone came to do something in my house. They're going to watch you like,
yeah, you did it.
You're still there.
Yeah. And you see, we are laughing at it's all fun and games, but these are real. And Dave Chappelle is lucky to be famous, and no, most of his audience are white, so probably he's lucky. People will know exactly who he is.
Yeah.
But for most people out there, people who have earned what they have, worked so hard, blood, sweat, and tears to acquire a certain property in the suburbs where white people live, and then they still have to go through this racial profiling. It's crazy. We spoke to Ben. Yeah, somebody let his dog loose on Ben.
Why? And Ben is what, almost 50?
No, Ben is 40 something.
Yeah, but like, this is a guy who's over 40 years old. You've let your dog loose on him just because he's
black and he's living in a nice neighborhood. He's full of white people.
Yeah, you're probably making more money than you do.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's crazy. And for that person who is trying everything he can to be the best he can be, and he has to face this as well. It's crazy. Maybe I dream of crabbing. It's
terrible.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Did you see the video of the FBI guy who?
I saw that too. The Sudanese dude.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was thinking about it. It was like, this guy. At first, I didn't really know what was going on.
Yeah.
I thought the dude was just being arrogant and stuff like that.
If I didn't see the caption, the thing is,
I wouldn't know he was FBI.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
The caption took the whole message away.
Exactly.
The caption should have been watched to the end.
Maybe.
And then you understand. What's going on.
Yeah.
That is typical black profiling.
Yeah, racial profiling. That's exactly what's going on. And that's what we're talking about, is systemic racism.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and you see, now to talk about the protest, you see, people have the right to express how they feel, how they want to.
Yeah.
But I don't endorse violence. I don't endorse looting and any of that sort. But you see, there's something people say all the time. You cannot predict how somebody is supposed to react after a provocation. It is no longer in your power when you provoke somebody to do something.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying I agree I understand. No, I'm not saying I agree to what you're saying, but I can understand.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
Yeah. And all the protests going on, it's fine. they should protest. But protest in a way where people get the message.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the thing is, they've had a couple of protests. Some looting has gone on, but this is not in all the states. Most states are actually protesting
peacefully, yeah. But you know, the media would like to show
not just
where
the
black
media.
people
Not
are
just the
doing
media.
some crazy
The
shit.
president of the United States is actually going to end. He actually ended a peaceful protest just to take a picture in front of a church. I don't know if you've seen that video.
I saw that.
So these are people who have seen what's going on in other states and said, okay, cool, we're not going to loot, we're not going to do any disruptive protests like what's happening. We're going to do a peaceful protest. And these guys got kicked out of the streets just because the president of America wanted to take a picture.
Hey, he's the president, man. Don't let him do what he want to do, man.
That's the wrong thing to do.
You see, when it comes to Trump, when it comes to Trump,
he never does anything right.
I don't know, but you see, thankfully, I'm not a black American. I'm not an African American, and I'm not a Democrat or a conservative. But I have a hate-love thing going on with Trump.
Wow, you're doing this. Okay.
You get me? I have that thing going on with Trump. And Trump may not handle things how politicians are supposed to handle it because he's not. He's no one.
Yeah, it's not a politician.
You see, and that is what I want. Or when I talk to people, I want them to understand that. Look, you see, we are blessed to be alive to witness a whole president of the United States of America telling you how white people feel about black people.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't take that for granted.
With no remorse, he tell you.
You shouldn't take that for granted. You should be thankful he's telling you how he actually feels about you.
Yeah.
And you see, Trump may be racist, a bigot, or whatever it is that he's saying or they say. But what are you taking from that? If he's showing you he's a bigot, he's racist, he didn't get there by getting sick. People voted for him.
Yeah.
So what message are you taking home? And that is my whole problem about black people. Africans included.
Yeah.
That's my whole problem about us. Even when the truth is glaring, we want to lie to ourselves and hope.
It's not happening.
It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening. But instead of us taking a cue from this and building ourselves, building capacity, building a formidable competition to the white people, we still want to think that everything is all good. White people love us. Kumbaya.
Kumbaya. Finish.
You get what I mean? But this dude is literally telling you that, look, empower your own. Do what you need to do to be competitive out here. That guy he's a capitalist, man. He's an entrepreneur. Yeah. That's what he does for a living.
Yeah.
And he's telling you that, look, dude, no freebies. Go home, do your homework, come compete with us out here. He's telling you a shithole country, yo, it is. Change it.
You think Africa is a shithole country?
Yo, from where he's privileged, he's white. You should understand where he's coming from. You see, don't take it personal. It's just business. Don't hate, just relate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't hate, just relate. It's nothing personal. It's just business.
So it's just facts. He's just telling us
it's
facts.
That's what he sees,
So
and that's what exactly what he's telling you.
Get your shit together and come compete with us.
So
basically.
if you think it's not a shithole, don't make it a shithole. Change it, motherfucker.
I don't think our plan is actually to make Africa a shithole.
Yo, well, reality says different. Reality says different.
Oh, we are still working.
So I wouldn't call my home a shithole, but wherever he is, being white and privileged, is telling you that it's a shithole. So if you want to be called a shithole country, change it. Change it. It's not hard, bro. Okay. It is not hard. You we go about touting. We endowed.
I
We
think
have all the resources and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
What have you done with it?
you're going to get bare comments about this shit whole thing. I think we should move on.
Nah, we're not going to. These are real stuff, you know. And these are my views.
Exactly.
And I'm not accepting the fact that we're a shithole country, but I'm accepting the fact that a white man is calling my country a shithole.
So at least you should think about it.
So change it.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. So instead of people dwelling on the fact that he's a racist, he's a bigot, and blah blah blah. Yo, man. Okay, he said that. What have you done about it? Are you just for the props? Are you going to say Democrats are saying no? It's not that they are fighting for our rights, but indeed you know something needs to be done about your country.
Yeah.
But because Democrats or liberals are saying something nice,
this is just
let it
Africa.
go.
This is just Africa. Yes, we'll probably accept the fact that it's a shithole country, but African Americans are actually making waves in their country. Black businesses are thriving.
Yeah.
So is he talking about Africans in Africa or Africans in general?
I don't know. All I know is we all black. All I know is we all black. And the guy is telling you that, look, black people are black people.
So
you see, in the eyes of the white man, there is nothing like he's African, he's African American. You black, you black.
Until you
it is what it is.
And then we'll
when you see a white man walking the streets of Accra, Oxford Street, do you go like, oh, he's European, he's American?
I mean, yeah, no.
Nah, he's white.
If you watch how they dress, you probably tell.
Nah, but who gives a fuck about those details? He's white.
Those who know.
I get to my point.
Yeah.
He's white. So if you look at the dude walking down the Oxford Street and call him white, it's the same thing. When you're out there, you black.
Yeah.
We need to get that message. And that is where sometimes I have a problem with us blacks. And I'll say black. Now I'm not differentiating Africans and African Americans. We all blacks, bro. That's why we say nigga. But all I'm saying is, you see, Akon has been trying to tell us or send a message for years. Shout outs to Akon. We see you. Keep doing what you're doing. Akon is trying to tell all these black millionaires and all these guys, telling them that, look, come back home.
Yeah.
See, yeah, I understand. We all know that
the system doesn't work.
And before I say this, okay, African Americans, we are sorry. Views podcast will apologize
For what?
for selling you, man. Nah, it's not a laughing matter, man. If you're African and you grew up in Africa, you should know that your forefathers sold them niggas.
Let me say what some white people say.
Yeah,
we weren't there when we were selling you.
I know, and I wasn't there when they were selling them. But it is what it is. It's history, and history determines your future. You see, you can never tell where you're going if you don't know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And that is a fact. So history plays an important role in our future. And until Africans accept and apologize for what we did to our brothers and sisters, this hate thing, because I've haven't been to America, but I've heard African Americans don't like Africans. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we go there all high and mighty trying to tell them they're lazy and shit. But you didn't go through what they went through for how many years? Hundreds of years? Yeah. You didn't do that. You didn't build a whole country for white people to enjoy.
Basically, African Americans have the notion that they deserve a certain portion of what they lost over the 400 years.
Rightfully, they do.
And Africans come in
and just come and work because they know they are less privileged. And
we don't know anything about the 400 years.
You get me?
We are moving from where we are. So they're coming in to take.
Exactly.
Africans are coming in to take with force.
Exactly.
And Africans Americans are pleading for what they think they deserve.
Exactly. And that is where the miscommunication is. Africans tend to call African Americans lazy, but they are not. They just feel entitled that they own something. And you see, like I was talking about history, this is a fact. If the American society or the American government actually once thought about the fact of reparations and all that 40 acres in the mule, it means they know they did blacks wrong and they need to pay for that.
Yeah. Even because there's even a negotiation on the table.
You get what I mean?
One side thinks that.
So they actually thought about all this and actually put pen to paper. Just like it's just never materialized.
It's just exactly. It's formality.
No, but all I'm saying is, so then you can understand why a whole group of people, a community, will feel the way they feel entitled, feel they need to be equal in these streets.
You know, this I want to bring this to our level to make whoever is understand what's happening. So we can liken this to men's gold. Right? Knowing that, let me switch to pigeon just to make it interesting.
Yeah.
Knowing that your money there some side, some guy get your money. Government say they start negotiation. President has spoken. Everyone who you think is important has spoken.
Yeah.
But tonight, I still don't see your money.
Yeah.
You're still waiting. In fact, low key, you have some investment or some wedding be line up.
Yeah.
Because you know that your money is coming from somewhere. So low key, that's how African Americans think.
That's how they
that
feel,
the money
man.
is coming from some side.
That's how they feel. And rightfully they should feel that way. If it was once tabled, then they should feel that way.
Yeah.
Are you getting the point? And it's not the fact that it was tabled. It's history. Facts. It's there.
But, you know, this is law. Law can stretch as long as it can stretch. It can stretch generations.
I know that, but you see, we are talking about the fact that this has been built in their DNA. It's
that deserve something
and
from the land.
They do. It's not like they think they deserve it. They do deserve that.
They do, but so far nobody has seen Capri.
Yeah, but you see, I cannot change the way somebody thinks. I can only hope they change the way they think. But I mean, as far as justice is concerned, which they are now fighting for George Floyd, if justice is supposed to be served, they actually deserve that. Yeah. Are you getting the point? Because these are people you took from their homes, cut all the ties, and you brought them to a place where you did not plan for a future for them. Yeah. Are you getting the point? And now you're just trying to get them out of the way. It doesn't work like that. Maybe you should have kept the ties. Maybe you should have paid them so that when they finish working, you take them back. You don't cut the ties, stop them from speaking their mother tongue. Nothing, like they have no connection to where you took them from. Yeah. And then when you finish, you're just looking for a place to discard them. It doesn't work like that.
Why? My question goes back to why has George Floyd hit so hard?
That's what I'm saying. It's been years of
no, but you know before George Floyd, a couple of months back, we had an incident. But why has this one?
Because you see, most of the ones they say I feared for my life. I felt scared. He was charging towards me. He was running away from me. I thought he was going to pick a gun or something like that. For this, it's clear. The guy was in cuffs. Didn't have anything on him. He was wearing a singlet. But you still killed him. And you didn't just... You see, if it was a gun, maybe it would have happened in a millisecond. Yeah. It took 9 minutes, bro. Wow. You getting the point? Yeah. So you could tell the guy was dying. And you let him die. Are you getting the point?
Yeah, you know,
a gun is a gun. But the guy is dead. Like he's dead.
In my opinion, I think what it is you know, sometimes when these things happen, the police, they come up with very nice excuses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feared for my life. And
I felt threatened.
Yeah, I felt threatened.
I saw him reaching. You know, he did this, he did that. This is someone who was on the floor. But that's the thing. It also happened to Eric Gardner. He was on the floor. He also said, I can't breathe. But why didn't that hit like the way George Floyd. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I
Like
get
we've seen similar things.
I get it.
But things, but I'm also thinking that yes, Corona also, was a very serious issue.
People have
and also the president or the chief what was that? There's a way they use commander in chief.
Yeah.
The commander in chief did not even come out to give a statement because the previous ones, like Obama. I mean, listen. The thing is, we know it has happened, but they'll come out and give a speech and try
and that is the liberals' way of managing things. You see, look, man, me, I don't know, but I feel you're stupid to think one way in life. You cannot tell me you are just a liberal. I don't know if you get my point.
No.
You can't think in one direction for the rest of your life. That's stupid.
I mean, the thing is, you might think another way, but it's like you sign allegiance to a certain way.
And that's stupid. That's exactly what I'm saying. And
yeah, but I'm sure
low-key we have two big political parties here. Even when one is acting a fool because I belong to a certain sect, I'm still with them. And that's stupid because as a human being, whatever issue presents itself, you have to weigh, decipher, and go like, okay, maybe this one I think this way, maybe that one I think this way. In the wise words of Chris Rock, I cannot be a liberal always. Some things I'm conservative, some things I'm liberal. Prostitution, liberal. Killing people, conservative. Are you getting the point? You can't be a liberal all your life. So liberals will come and give a speech, but they don't actually fix it.
Yeah.
Are you getting the point? Now, we've spoken about the problem. What is the solution? Protesting, fine. It's worked. If I say protesting doesn't work, it's a lie. Martin Luther King with Selma and all the protests and his speeches, there's been an improvement. I mean, the Civil Rights Act, was
amended.
Yeah, and all that. So it works. But then we come to a point where Killer Mike said that you're free, act like it. At first, you were fighting for freedom.
Yeah.
Now, you're free, act like it. So if you're free, change the system. How do you change the system? You change the system by being in the system. You don't live or stand outside the system and try to change the system. It doesn't work like that. So, black people, we are intelligent. It's out there. Everybody knows that. How many people do we have? I know there are lots of lawyers, but how many people do we have in their politics, in places where it matters, making laws, the Supreme Court, all these places. It should be an agenda to attack these places, to put black people in there, people who have your interest at heart, not Ben Carson. You get me?
Yeah.
Put people in there who have your interest at heart, so that when it gets to that point where certain drastic decisions have to be made, you have your representative over there. It's a fact. That's the only way you can change the system.
We had a representative as a commander in chief. What happened?
That nigga, yo, man, my issues.
I mean, that's
my view about Obama, man. Black people like him, fine. That's their problem. Me, I like him. His personality, excellent.
I think
but what he did for black people, I didn't see shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see shit, but the nigga just came to champion LGBTQ agendas.
No, the question is, do you think, because during Obama's time this thing happened, this killing, murder?
Yeah, and he gave a nice speech.
He gave a nice speech. But why didn't black people go the extra mile that they're going right now?
Because, you see, when you've been disenfranchised for a very long time, okay, and there is nothing, there's no hope out there, and then finally somebody rises from the ashes like a phoenix.
Mm.
And shit, my poetry, man. Rises from the ashes like a phoenix.
Yeah.
And he's out there, and he's not only adored by black people, but by all races, especially white people, and they are willing to give their vote to that person. You can't but just feel proud as a black person.
Yeah.
It's a fact. So, and like they always say, look at the message it sends to the black boy, the black girl growing up.
Yeah.
That a black man can be the president of the greatest nation on earth. Fuck that. Ghana is the greatest nation on earth. But I'm just saying, that's what they say. You get me? Michelle Obama being first lady sends a strong message to the black girl in school right now. Even in Africa, Barack Obama being president sends a message to the black boy out there, and even in Africa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if just the representation of a black person or a black couple in the black house pushes you to vote for that person regardless, that should tell you how long they've yearned for something like this.
See,
So that black person doesn't really need to do shit. He just needs to be black.
See, I understand you, but when I'm looking at this from a very interesting. Let me give you the scenario. So you have a big brother.
Hell yeah.
Did you go to the same school with him? Like
at some point, yeah.
At a point, yeah. Imagine, okay, so he's a big brother. You're the younger brother. Imagine you're being bullied.
Yeah.
Right? In school. You're going to call your big brother, right?
Yeah.
But when you call your big brother, expect your big brother to solve the issue and also not make it happen again. Do you get me?
Yeah.
You're not waiting for a stranger, to move to another school and then get a stranger to defend you.
Yeah.
The stranger is going to defend you and make sure that doesn't happen again. But then he can't assure you that it won't happen again because he's a stranger.
Yeah.
He probably just came in as a good Samaritan just to stop the fight.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is your big brother was there. He helped you stop the fight, but he's going to make sure that fight doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
My question is, we had Obama in the seat.
Yeah.
Commander-in-chief.
And he didn't do anything.
This happened 1, 2, I don't know how many times it
Many
happened.
times.
But the question is, why did he not? Because now George Floyd is getting justice. Other cases are being opened.
Yeah.
But why didn't this happen in Obama's time?
Now I'll say this because of what you said. The scenario you gave, I'll refer to that. First things first. My brother's school fees is not being paid by the bullies. My brother's school fees is being paid by my parents.
How do you see that coming?
My brother's school fees is being paid by my parents.
Yeah.
So he can do whatever the fuck he wants. But if his fees were being paid by the bullies, that's a whole different, ball game.
Wow.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the same position I don't know for a fact Obama found himself.
Damn.
You get me?
Damn.
So
yo.
And then on the flip side, Obama is black. Right?
Yeah.
So everybody is expecting the black guy to do what black people do.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, a radical black will do what is expected of him to do. But an educated, refined black will find it difficult to do what is expected of him. Does that make sense to you? Oh, see a kind.
Yeah.
It's expected. Oh, we said it. He will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you don't want to be classified as such, you would want to do or be the president for all and not for black people. And this is where Dr. Omar Johnson comes in.
Yeah.
He says something I love a lot. He calls himself unapologetically black. Not even black. Unapologetically African. So he's radical about his measures, his ways. He has no time to politic and be a diplomat about certain issues. He says it's as it is. But Obama didn't have that luxury or that mentality.
Yeah.
And it's going to be difficult for him to do that. And we saw it, 8 years of that.
Yeah.
People said it. But if the entire population did not see it and they were just happy, that should even tell you, see, and I don't blame black people for not seeing it, black Americans or African Americans for not seeing it. That should tell you how long they've yearned for this.
Yeah.
To send that message to the black boy, to the black girl, to the black community that you can be whatever you want to be. Eric Spears said, if people ask him, why are you voting for Obama? He goes like, well, let's get the first nigga in there. The next time I will actually think about whether he's good for it or not.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
But for now, let's just get the first nigga in there.
Let's just get our foot in.
That's
Let
it.
everyone know that this door is open.
It. So we can sit here in Africa
Yeah.
and have opinions.
Mm-hmm.
But for them, it was a big deal.
Yeah. Okay.
You get me?
I see.
And it is what it is. That's it. But the solution is, and I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. But I think the best way to change a systemic racism is being part of the system. You can't change the system from the outside. You only change it from the inside.
When you say be part of the system, what do you mean?
You have to change it from the inside.
That's what you're saying. So you should put the black people in strategic
there.
positions.
Exactly. So that when it gets to these hard decisions, black people will be represented.
I mean, I think now that might happen because now black people are saying Black Lives Matter, white people are saying all lives matter.
Yeah.
But it's now the system understands, or the country understands, that this is what's happening.
Do they?
No, yes, because someone has been charged finally, so they know that this is happening. So I saw a video somewhere, and the guy said, "I'm not a black man just to allow you to achieve your diversity quota in your
Organization
company or organization." So now it's going to be black people have been fighting for this. Okay, let's put one or two in that position to make it look like yes, we are conforming to equality or that kind of standard. So I think now it might happen because yes, we cannot give you reparation money, but what we can do is you can put one or two people in there for you to.
And that is the new reparation. Because nobody can give you 40 acres in the middle. It won't happen.
It's terrible.
So the new reparation is black people should be given an opportunity in these spaces so that they can do right or do what is in the best interest of their community.
Yeah.
That's it. And when black people also get the opportunity to be there, I mean, as an African, Charlie, I speak from all experience. When black people get the opportunity to be in such spaces or on such a platform, they should actually fight for the rights or the interest of black people.
But the question is, the person who is going to hire them or put them in that position knows their background. They know their mannerisms. They know everything.
No.
Imagine. Let's say Obama was in commander in chief. He, let's say someone, maybe say 50 Cent. 50 Cent was commander in chief.
He's a nigga.
Exactly. But then he doesn't have the same mannerism as Obama. Yeah. He's not going to be chill and say, no. But
you see, it's because we are talking about it now. We haven't actually put him there yet.
Well, yeah, we don't know.
Money changes niggas. You know what I'm saying? You see, if you've been poor all your life and then somebody gives you some money, I mean, think about this.
No, he's got money. 50 has got money.
No, he's not got that money, bro.
Exactly,
he's not got that
different kind of money.
It's the same thing. You see, when you grow up in a house without a car, and somebody dash you his car. Oh, Charlie, today chill plus the car. You go to the tires. You get me? Because that's the only time we had a car.
Exactly.
But if you grew up in a house where there were plenty cars, and Charlie, you don't even know what to do with the cars. You're not Charlie.
Somebody dash your car. Say
It's a car.
It's a car.
You don't want to go anywhere. You just want to be home and just chill. That's the thing. We haven't put him in there, so we don't know.
We don't know how it's going to react. Yeah.
You get me? But the most important thing is, black people should be prepared to fight for other black people. Their interests should come first. And most importantly, they shouldn't be shy about it. All races are not shy putting their race interest first over the next race. It's only black people or Africans who think maybe we should consider everybody else before we come because we are reasonable. Fuck that.
That's what we've been doing for the past God knows how long.
Yeah, but that's stupid.
I mean, when a white person does something, it's we'll forgive him, we'll pray for him. He knows better.
You get what I mean?
Things gotta
Why
change.
do we always want to seem like the most reasonable race in the world so that they'll clap for us and go like, oh, these people are actually doing well? Nobody gives a fuck.
It's like
empower your people first, and everybody will respect you.
It feels like you've gone. Maybe you've taken a vacation to your rich auntie's house. When you get there, you're not going to live like the way you're living back in your house.
Yeah,
you're going to be polite. You're going to say, "Oh, can I please have a second plate to you?"
Yeah,
you're going to be polite. You feel like you are not in your house.
Yeah, I know.
You feel like you need to beg for what you want to eat.
I know.
That's what's happening to these people. That's why they are calm and collected and accept everyone.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. The fact that we should be able to elevate our minds above this inferiority complex sort of shit, chip on the shoulder bullshit, and do right by our people. You have an obligation to do right by your people regardless. Who gives a fuck what somebody thinks about you? Who gives a fuck? Because they are doing it anyways.
Yeah. They're
doing it. White people would rather do business with white people than black people. So why can't you do business with other black people? What changes? Nothing.
Hopefully it's going to change now.
Yo, man. Charlie, we need to do better, man. Rest in peace, George Floyd. And I think I have to say this. People are bashing the Ministry of Tourism in Ghana for what they did. The funeral bit they did for George Floyd in Ghana in the Du Bois Center. You see, don't be an ignorant and talk shit, okay? The Du Bois Center, first of all, Google who Du Bois is, yeah? And I'll Google what African Diaspora Forum stands for. Yeah. And I'll Google the president or the leader of the African Diaspora Forum. Then you understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Ambassador Benedict. I'm sure it's Benedict. I haven't missed the name. I've had the privilege to meet her. It's a lady. Look, I've met a lot of big people.
Tell them.
Yo, I've never been humbled by anybody. Cause me, Adre,
Sir.
Yeah, but I've never been humbled by anybody like how the ambassador humbled me. Like in her presence, it's different.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
And she's championing Pan-Africanism and all these things in Ghana, in Africa, and all that. And when ambassador comes to you and tells you, I want to do this, you don't say no. I getting the point. And you see, maybe people are not getting the point. Du Bois Center could have been anywhere, but it's in Ghana. So first, like I said, Google who he is.
Yeah.
Google how come Du Bois Center was set up here. Google African Diaspora Forum. Google that. When you understand, then you understand the message is sent that Ghana, where Du Bois Center is, where African Diaspora Forum is, we are having this sort of funeral thing for George Floyd, and it's done very African. They were singing Ewe songs and all that, like very African. If you Google it and you understand what all these things stand for, then you understand what they are trying to drive at.
Do you know, I didn't watch it, or I haven't heard of it, but it feels powerful just saying what you're saying.
Thank you, my brother.
And the mission behind, or the vision behind what they did. The thing is, just December 2019, we had Year of Return. In the States or outside there, white people are telling Africans, go back to your country, go back to where you came from. And we've had Year of Return. We've invited people in, come and find your roots, come and find where you came from. So when someone sacks you from wherever it is that you are, you know where you're coming back to, because you know your roots. And Ghana stands, and they say we understand what's happening out there, and we are sympathizing. We even have the memorial, and we are not even on your land. We are having a memorial, knowing that low-key, once upon a time, George Floyd's something, maybe his brother Seth, was from Ghana.
You know what I'm saying? You're all Africans. And it's a powerful message out there. But, low-minded niggas will be here, be trolling on Twitter because they've got some data. But, do your Googles. Know what's up out here in these streets. And support. Because that's something you need to support.
I think the diaspora mission or the diaspora section that they created is very powerful.
It is.
It is very powerful.
And shout outs to African Diaspora Forum for whatever it is that you're doing. Promoting Pan-Africanism and all that, man. It's powerful. It needs commendation, and we all need to support. It looks, if you're a layman and you haven't read, it looks funny, but it's not. It's not. Read. And like Eddie Griffin said, think. It's not illegal yet.
Not yet.
It's not illegal yet. Think, motherfucker. Think. Yeah, man. Charlie, I've said it all. And big ups to Akon. I have to give shout outs to Akon. Akon has been doing what we haven't even asked him to do.
Yeah, he's doing
more than that.
So much more, yeah.
He's an activist. He's a representative. He's a bridge. He's everything that we haven't asked him to do, but he's doing it. He's telling these guys, bring your expertise, your capital, come to Africa, invest. The future is Africa. You're always going to be a citizen of the US. You can always go back, but this is where the opportunity is. Come with your capital, come with your expertise, come and make this money the white people are already making.
Can make it here in Africa.
You get me?
Akon had a vision way before the diaspora.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's timeless.
Listen to Akon. Come be with your people. Here we don't discriminate. Oh, okay, we do discriminate, but I won't kill you. Nobody's gonna kill you for being black. We do discriminate. Discrimination is everywhere. Classism is everywhere. Yeah. It's always been a part of us as a human race, and I think it's going to be there for quite some time.
But the opportunity is here.
The opportunity is here. You black, we black. Nobody's gonna see you and look at you funny because you black, man. Nobody's gonna kill you for being black. You know what I'm saying? Come here and opportunities are here. You are the guys with the exposure, with all that, and with the capital. Man, come make some money, bro. And then you can tell the white people to whatever, man.
I mean, look at Steve Harvey. Within 6 months, Steve Harvey was in Ghana twice.
Yeah.
This guy knows what he saw the first time he came.
Of course.
That's why he came again.
Of course. And I can tell you for a fact, or maybe not for a fact, he's been here after that we don't know about.
Yeah. Most likely.
Yeah.
Opportunities here. I mean, there's Family Feud. Is it Family Feud? Sir?
Africa, yeah.
Africa.
Yeah, but I don't think that is what he's doing. That's not making him money, bro.
If not, the guy came twice.
Yeah. the sort of money that is here, if you're business minded, it's mind blowing. Charlie, it's crazy. It's crazy. And Akon has been telling or trying to tell them or send them this message.
Yeah.
And I hope they do listen. You're always going to be an American. Come back home, invest, be with your people, and you can do whatever the hell you want to do in this world.
Call yourself African American. Live the African side.
There you go.
Come and live it.
Live the best of both worlds.
Can't chop kinky and things for one side.
You know what I'm saying? The food is even great, man. Why Corona? We know they get cause of kinky. Yo, man, Charlie. I'm done. Do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yo, man, Charlie. Well, I didn't think the conversation was going to go this way.
We never think it's going to go this way.
Because we never plan shit. It's Views podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Views. Just can't talk your mind and go.
I think we've put everything out. Like, whatever it is we wanted to talk about, we've
probably touched on it.
Yeah, we've probably touched on it. So if you made it this far with us, thank you very much. Thank you for listening. Subscribe. You need to subscribe.
Hit subscribe, guys.
Like, subscribe, share. And, it's been a while since you heard from us, but we are back. And we're going to make sure we give you the content you deserve every week. Jeffrey's baby has come, so now no bagayawa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So thank you again for being here, for listening to us. Go on social media and interact with us. On Twitter at Views Podcast, on YouTube at Views Podcast, on Instagram Views Podcast, Views under Podcast, on Facebook at Views Podcast. Let's get interactive. And again, if you're wondering, this podcast was brought to you by the Praetorium, the perfect venue for your perfect occasion. We understand your plight. Extraordinary times require extraordinary measures. Yeah. And because of that, Praetorium, we are doing something special for you guys, man. There's some discounts you've never heard before. It's mind-blowing. God damn it. Nice. I mean, we are not... Praetorium is not even looking at profit. It's just breaking even. Just come and, can't carry your wife, go. Basically. Basically, that's it. So give them a call on 0244-926622 and they'll make it worth your while. Call them on 0244-926622. They'll make it worth your while.
Yeah, Wagwan. Yeah, so we have MatCon again. MatCon is the first speed dating event in GH. Just, you've been in lockdown for too long.
Yeah.
Come out, meet someone, connect. And due to, we have really good AI systems which are working background, and we can make really good recommendations for you based on who you are and what you're looking for. And you can find the right match. So MatCon, you can find us on matchconvention.com. Just go book and you hear from us ASAP. So MatCon, love,
drink, switch. Yeah, man. And Charlie, be like 50 Cent and Justin Timberlake. Be tired of technology. Come out and come meet somebody. You never know where it goes. And like we always say, MatCon, yes, we do say it's a speed dating platform, but you never know. A lot of networking is going on there. Yeah. You never know where you meet your next business partner.
Exactly.
It happens. Because we have, all these high profile people showing up and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So you never know. You never know. Yeah. Show up and let's do some business, and also let's have fun. Yeah. Especially
have fun.
Yeah. So thank you for staying with us. We appreciate you. We thank you. And as always, love God, love yours. We out.